48 hours. That's how long my paycheck lasts. Not because of gambling, not because of parties, not because I'm careless. I work full time. I follow every rule. I do everything I'm supposed to do. And still, 2 days after payday, I'm broke. No one talks about this part. Not at work, not with family, definitely not on the news. But living like this doesn't just drain your bank account. It slowly eats away at you. If you've ever refreshed your balance late at night, already knowing what it's going to say, and if this sounds familiar, you're not alone. I'm 34 years old. I live just outside Columbus, Ohio. I work as a warehouse supervisor. 5 a.m. starts, 12-hour shifts, steel-toed boots that never really break in, no matter how many miles you put on them. On paper, my life looks fine. A steady job, a decent wage, no expensive habits, nothing reckless. But every 2 weeks, the same cycle repeats. Payday arrives, and for a few quiet hours, I can finally breathe. I buy groceries without checking every price twice. I fill the gas tank all the way. Sometimes I even allow myself a coffee that doesn't taste like burnt water from the break room. For a moment, I feel normal. Not successful, not ahead, just normal. And that feeling never lasts. Every 2 weeks, the cycle repeats. Payday arrives, and for a brief morning, my chest feels lighter. I open my banking app. The number looks safe. I buy groceries without scanning every price twice. I fill the gas tank all the way instead of stopping halfway. Sometimes I even allow myself a small luxury, a coffee on the way to work. Not because I need it, but because it makes me feel like I'm doing okay. For a few hours, life feels balanced. Bills don't feel urgent yet. The calendar looks manageable. The pressure backs off, just enough for me to forget it's there. I move through the day like everyone else, like I belong. And then it starts again. Then the bills arrive. Not all at once, not dramatically, just on time. Rent. Up another $400 since 2022 for the same drafty apartment. Car payment, because you can't get to work without a car. Insurance, utilities, internet, and the credit card minimum, the one that somehow never gets smaller. Each charge lands quietly, one after another. By the second night, the balance is gone. Sometimes it's already negative. I sit on the edge of my bed in the dark. The phone screen is the only light in the room. I refresh the banking app, even though I already know what it's going to say. Friends text about grabbing wings after work. Family invites me to a niece's birthday. Cake, balloons, a small gift. I stare at the messages longer than I should. Then I type the same reply I always do. Caught up this weekend, rain check. What I don't say is simpler. A $20 night out feels like a month-long mistake. How do you explain that you work 60 hours a week and still can't afford to live? The shame is heavier than the empty wallet. Late at night, I replay every choice I've ever made, looking for the mistake that must have led here. No vacations, no new clothes, no takeout splurges, nothing extra, nothing careless. And still, every month feels tighter than the last. The worst part wasn't the math. It was the exhaustion of pretending I was okay. Smiling at work, nodding through conversations, acting like everything was fine when it wasn't. One night, around 2 in the morning, I'm standing in front of an almost empty fridge. The light hums, the room is silent, and it hits me. If the car died tomorrow, if I got sick, if my hours were cut, there's nothing underneath. No buffer, no backup, no plan. Just the long wait for the next direct deposit. I wasn't living paycheck to paycheck. I was living paycheck to panic. After a while, something worse than panic sets in. Numbness. Payday comes. The bills clear it out. The balance hits zero. And I barely react anymore. That scared me more than the stress ever did. When constant pressure becomes background noise, you stop fighting it. You stop asking why. You accept this is just adult life. I told myself everyone my age felt this way, that real stability was a myth. Then one quiet night, scrolling through old bank statements, I saw the truth in black and white. My income had actually gone up since 2020. Raises, overtime, a small promotion, more money coming in. But my life hadn't changed. Fewer nights out, an older phone with a cracked screen, the same clothes, wearing thinner every year. More income, and somehow less air to breathe. The problem wasn't bad decisions, it was normalization. Rent creeping up? That's just the market. Car repairs stacking up? At least I still have a job. Credit card interest? Everyone carries a balance these days. Every cost came with an excuse, and every excuse lowered the bar a little more. I wasn't failing, but I wasn't moving forward either. One surprise expense away from disaster, and no one around me could see it. Budget apps didn't help when there was nothing left to budget. Side hustle advice felt like mockery when I was already exhausted. The deepest damage wasn't financial, it was psychological. Month after month, my brain learned to expect loss. Relief was always temporary. The squeeze felt permanent. I stopped planning in years. I planned in pay periods. 2 weeks, reset, survive, repeat. Then one question finally broke through the numbness. If this is stability, why do I feel so trapped? I started paying closer attention, not to motivation videos, not to quick fixes, but to the system around me. The system isn't broken because of people like me. It's built this way. Wages inch forward, costs sprint ahead. There's no margin for error, no real safety net. One missed paycheck, one medical bill, one repair you didn't plan for, and everything unravels. I'm not bad with money. I'm stuck in a system designed for survival, not security. That realization didn't fix everything overnight, but it changed how I looked at my paycheck. A paycheck isn't freedom, it's a bridge. And if there's nothing solid on the other side, you just keep crossing the same shaky path. The real goal isn't earning more tomorrow, it's creating space today. Even a little breathing room changes everything. Space between income and bills. Space between crisis and breakdown. Space to think past the next direct deposit. Money isn't just numbers. It's the stress you hide at 2 in the morning. It's avoiding people you care about. It's pretending you're fine when you're not. If this story feels familiar, you're not alone. And you're not failing. You're navigating a system that rewards just getting by. Most people never hear this said out loud. They just assume the pressure is personal. It isn't. The first step isn't a windfall. It isn't a promotion or a side hustle that steals your sleep. It's seeing the pattern clearly, knowing where every dollar actually goes, questioning what normal is really costing you. Not to feel guilty, but to take control back, one decision at a time. My paycheck still arrives every 2 weeks. That hasn't changed. What's changed is how I see it. It's not the finish line, it's the starting line, because every dollar counts. And until you decide where yours go, they'll keep deciding for you. If this story sounded familiar, you're not alone. Drop a comment in the comments if you've ever refreshed your balance late at night. What's one expense that quietly eats your relief? Subscribe if you want more stories no one else is telling. The truth doesn't always feel good, but it's the only way forward.